As you talk sports, today we're talking boxing, proudly joined by Kalle Sauerland. How you doing today?
Have problems with my name, and especially this time in the morning, young man, not a problem at all. It's a pleasure being on Ezzy Talk Sports.
Thank you very much. But yeah, cracking out of boxing on Channel 5. Lyndon Arthur, Samuel Anti both get collecting titles. I can't even say which fight's better, just how good were both fights.
I agree. I was thinking exactly the same thing, my friend. You have the one has really is a tale of two halves. You've got the first half of the fight. Lyndon's on the floor. Lyndon's in big trouble after that. Lyndon picks himself up, battles his way back into the fight like a true King Arthur, and then pulls out that sword and, in the form of a body shot, chops his man down. That's fight one. Brilliant story. Becomes a world champion. Fantastic. Fight two. It's a different story, isn't it? It's a war of attrition, a war back and forth. You see some fantastic infighting, especially from Sam Antwi. The inside body, the inside shots, especially that right hand. So shocked. He's got very long arms, but for a fighter with long arms on the inside, so effective in generating power from very short range. In fact, amazing to see the techniques. Credit to Mason, kept on coming, and then the finish. I had a moment of shock, and credit to the doctors for being so quick. But again, massive credit to Mason Cartwright. It takes two to make such a great fight of the year contender. But of course, the biggest credit goes to the winner, Sam Antwi, the new British champion. Congratulations.
Definitely a cracking night of boxing. And I think every time I've interviewed you, I've asked you a question about Chris Eubank. Obviously, one of my favourite fighters. Big fight tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I know what you're going to say, but are you confident that Junior gets the fight done, gets the victory?
Very confident. But it's a big fight, and big fights are obviously big because I might be confident, but the realism of it is it's going to be a tough fight. That's what makes a great fight, and I think we're going to see a real barnstormer tomorrow night.
And obviously, before that surprise loss to Liam, Chris said he was on his path to to getting a world title. Do you think if he beats Liam, he can get back on that path and start looking at world level opposition, collecting a world title?
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's get tomorrow night out of the way, and then we'll work out the plan from there.
And finally, I don't want to keep you for too long. Misfits, it's looking very big. We've announced Misfits 009 in Newcastle, and we've obviously got the big one for the Prime card. We'll touch on Misfits 009, a very stacked card in Newcastle. Idris Virgo versus Aaron Chalmers. Obviously a lot of people didn't think there was going to be another one before, the Prime card. How come you managed to squeeze a quick one in before then?
No, it was always planned. We were out last in July. We don't like to leave Misfits in bed for too long. The Misfits get itchy, they want to get out. So, we thought September was good. We're going to have some nice announcements around that fight week as well in terms of what's on the undercard. A couple of surprises to be announced up in Newcastle. So it's going to be a fun week. So it's going to include a bit of October 14th in there as well. But no, with that, then there'll be the ex Prime card in Manchester, and then there'll be certainly at least one, if not two more, before the end of the year as well.
Is that undercard announcements even more for the Newcastle, or is that undercard for the Prime card?
No, there'll be undercard announcements for the Prime card in Newcastle.
And obviously, a lot of people, the odds makers are saying that Tommy Fury is the favourite in that fight. Obviously, with KSI being a co-owner of Misfits and one of the biggest fighters, if that fight doesn't go his way, do you think that it could be quite damaging for Misfits?
No, Misfits is a brand in itself, and JJ is the main shareholder. He's the CEO of Misfits, but that's the one part, and JJ's not going to box forever as well. That's why he set this up. So it's not really goes hand in hand with that. But of course, yeah, we're going to win, so it's irrelevant. But yeah, no, that's not really. One is a business and one is a fighter.
Thank you very much, Kalle. I appreciate you for staying behind and doing the interview with me. Take